We did a lot of things. We had, for example, we had a group of handicapped people that were downstairs, and it was a sort of a helping them get their lives back together sort of thing. They were there for years. At one point, for example, the Jewish temple, the little one that was down at the north end of Mercer Island, the south end of Mercer Island, burned to the ground. They worshiped here until they got their new building. We had all kinds of schools going on of different kinds and so forth. So it was a going concern many, many, many years. Because I think we do good work here. I preached for a long, long time about getting more and more into social outreach, and we're doing that. We're doing that very well. So during the construction, one of the funny stories that still goes around, and every time Don Frothingham speaks, he always mentions it. And that is that one day we were having a building committee meeting at our house. We had built a brand new home. We installed white carpeting in the living room. And of course, they laid out the drawings and so forth on the floor. So everybody was on the floor with their coffee. And Don Frothingham did something like this and spread coffee all over our white carpeting. And he's never forgotten it. And he always tells that story whenever he speaks to the congregation. Yeah. We did have a lot of fun. We really did. No, the current altar table and podium and the electronics cabinet were all built by Dick Browning, the Brownings were then members. And he was very good at woodworking, and he built all those things. The old stuff, I don't even know what happened to the old chancel rail and stuff. But the podium that Walt Kiefer built is still used out here in the lobby of the church. Yeah. It was interesting that when we put bids out for the chandeliers, which were designed into the building, by the way. They were designed into the building. When we put the bids out for them, it came in at $10,000. And we couldn't afford it. But about 5 or 6 years later, I wanted those chandeliers. They belonged in this church. So I built them with the help of Rosenquist. What was Rosenquist's name? Howard. Howard Rosenquist and I built those things. I built a jig, and we bent the 10-foot conduit for each one of those things. And Mr. Rump over here turned the wooden balls and the bat that hangs down below. He did that. And then when we had them all built, I brought them in here, and Al Duvall and Howard Rosenquist hung them. We hired a lift for $100 a day, and we all got here that one day, and we went up there, and Howard Rosenquist wired them in. The wiring was in the boxes upstairs already, up in the ceiling. So all you had to do was take the wiring from the chandelier and hook it up and hang them up there. So, and we did it all for $2,500, and we absorbed the price. We're kind of proud of those chandeliers.
Should be proud of them.
Jane and I we've been here every minute of it, and we love it.